Okay, I just got out of the shower, so don't mind my hair. It's a little wet. So, today was a very interesting day. Agency that I'm working with runs background checks on me, on my roommates. My mom is my roommate, so, you know, ran a background check on my mom. If you're married, they do a background check on your significant other, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend. So when I first contacted the agency, I told them that I was dating someone. And of course, they wanted to run a background check on him. We had only been dating for, I think it's been 6 weeks. So not that long. And I was surprised that they wanted to run a background check on him at all because we weren't really serious. We were just dating. I say were because I got a phone call today and turns out he did not pass his background check. There were, without getting into any details, some very significant issues. So basically, because he didn't pass his background check, it disqualified me from being a surrogate. Now, I'm not going to say that that's the reason that I dumped him, but it was really good information. He didn't tell me about these things. There were multiple things. Like, it wasn't just one thing, it was several things. So I told the agency, the surrogate coordinator that I've been working with, when she told me, she's like, yeah, well, if you decide to break up with him, then let us know and we'll, start the process from where we left off. And I'm like, no, we're not, no, I'm done. He should have told me these things. It's been 6 weeks. I ended things with him, which was difficult for me because, I have been single for a very long time. So being by myself is, I've been doing it for so long. It's just how it is. But it was disappointing to find out that someone I thought was a really sweet, honest person was not those things. So I told him, what happened. I explained the situation. You didn't pass your background check. He asked what they found. I told him. He didn't really deny it, but tried to make excuses, which in my mind, there are no excuses for a felony. There are no excuses for, the things that came up. So I explained it to him and he seemed fine, but we have not spoken since. So, not even like, oh yeah, we can be friends. No, there's been no contact whatsoever. So that's done. Very interesting day. It's just part of the process, and that's just how it goes. So tomorrow will be a better day. Okay. What a day. I had my medical clearance appointment today. So basically I went to the doctor, my OBGYN. She did a physical, and I had a form that she was supposed to fill out that the agency sent me, that asks how many pregnancies I've had, were they to term, were they early, did I have abortions, what my blood pressure was at the appointment, what my weight was, just stuff. So I was in such a hurry to leave work because my appointment was in the middle of the day. So I was in a hurry to leave work to make sure that I got there on time. And I left the form on my desk. Left the form on my desk. So I told the doctor, I was like, okay, so the agency has, I explained the whole thing. I left it at work. Can I bring it back after work and leave it with the front desk? She's like, oh yeah, it's totally fine. Okay, goodness. But I was so stressed, and I, immediately texted my surrogate coordinator. I'm like, oh my word, I'm so sorry. I left the form at work on my desk. It's literally sitting on my desk because I was like, okay, I have to remember to take this, put it next to my purse and my phone and my keys and all. Like, and somehow I still left it at work. That was fun. So after work, I went back to the office and dropped it off. Yeah, good times. It was chaotic, but it was fine. And the doctor, was very excited for me, and she very supportive, really super nice. I love that office. That was actually the office, not the same doctor, but it was the same medical group that I went to with my first surrogacy. And I really liked her. I don't know if I can see her for the whole pregnancy though, because she's a nurse practitioner, I believe, or physician assistant. I think she's an NP. So I don't think I could see her as my primary OB when I'm actually pregnant, but we'll see. I mean, the other doctor that I saw when I was there, she's retiring, which I'm so sad about because she was so nice and so funny and so sweet. She was just like this, young grandma type that you just wanted to hug. Can I keep you? She was so nice, and she's retiring. I'm so sad. So, funny story. My first surrogacy, I saw a nurse midwife, which was great. I loved it. I highly, highly recommend seeing a nurse midwife when you're pregnant because they're not so doctory. I mean, she would come in and she would, fuss over me like, oh, how are you doing? Are you eating your vegetables? Are you doing, super grandma stuff. Regular doctors, you walk in, they're like, oh, how are you doing? Okay. They're constantly like, okay, 15 minutes and then, out the door you go kind of thing. But she was super nice. Towards the end of my pregnancy, she's like, okay, so at your next appointment, I'm going to give you my cell phone number. And if you're having contractions or if your water breaks or, there's any question, maybe not any questions. I don't remember her saying that, but any important changes that I need to know, you can call me or text me. And she looks me dead in the eyes and she goes, if you call me at 2 a.m. for a cold, I will spank you. Oh, she was so funny. Oh, I'm so sad that she's retiring. I will spank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, she was great. Anyway, I'm gonna have to find a new doctor. I'll have to see if they have any nurse midwives at that office. Once I graduate from the fertility clinic and get to go to my own doctor. Yeah. I don't see anybody being better than her. Like, she was one of a kind. I'm so sad she's leaving. Oh, so when I was due, okay, with my first surrogate baby, I saw this midwife my whole pregnancy except for maybe one time, right? About, I want to say 2 weeks before I delivered, she told me, she goes, okay, I'm going out of town on vacation. I'll be gone for, like a week or so. She's like, I should be back, in time for your delivery. It'll be totally fine. It's like, okay, that's great. Because, with my son, when I had him, my doctor was also on vacation when I delivered. So I had the on-call doctor, and that was not, I didn't like her. She wasn't nice. She wasn't friendly. She wasn't nothing. I mean, I delivered, at 11:40 at night. So it's not like I woke her up, in the middle of the night in labor. Anyway, I didn't like her. She wasn't friendly. She wasn't warm. She wasn't, anything. She's very like, okay, push, like, no, I didn't like that. So anyway, when I was pregnant with my first surrogate baby, My midwife told me, she's like, I'm going on vacation. Like, it should be fine. I should be back in plenty of time before you deliver. It's fine. Okay. My water broke like 4 days before I was due, and she was still on vacation. So, when your water breaks, your labor's a little bit slower. Like, it doesn't start immediately. With my first surrogate baby, when my water broke, I was like, okay, well, this is going to take a while. So I spent a good 18 hours walking up and down the hall trying to get labor to, get some power behind it, because my contractions were like this. Like, I couldn't even feel them. They were so light. The nurses were like, oh, look, you're having one. I'm like, really? Because I feel nothing. My midwife was supposed to come back from vacation on Monday, and I delivered Monday morning at 6 a.m. So she wasn't there. I was so sad. I don't remember why I was telling you that story, but yeah, I have only, out of 3 pregnancies, 3 deliveries that I've done, I have had my actual doctor for one of them. Twice. I have had the on-call doctor because my doctor was on vacation. It's not okay. I don't approve. Oh, before I forget, I'm not recording every single day during the screening process. When I'm actually pregnant, I might record a little bit more frequently, but right now, the screening process for surrogacy is a hurry up and wait process. Anyone that has been a surrogate in the past knows that you have to do a whole bunch of things, and then there's nothing for like a month. And then there's a whole bunch of things, and then there's like nothing for several weeks. So there's multiple things that I have to do right now, and then there's probably not going to be anything that I have to do for a while. So I'm probably going to combine videos a little bit. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe so that you can, follow along. Join me for this adventure. Maybe you'll learn something. Hey, that would be fun. Okay, bye.